Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. So in the previous video, pretty much had set up esp-idf in the command line with all of its stuff, like with the permissions and so on for Arch Linux, Cache OS, right? And I've shown you how you could like find instructions on how to do it for other distros and so on. Other than that, in today's video, we're going to be setting up CLion in Arch Linux from scratch. So this is a fresh install. The only thing that was installed is like from the previous video about esp-idf. Okay, so how are we going to do this the CLion? So we're going to go to make a new terminal here, and we're going to say sudo, or actually not sudo, just say -s, or you could use yai or whichever other AUR helper, right? If you don't have it, you could even install it. I believe sudo pacman-s like peru or yai or whatever and use it. Now in my case, I'm going to say peru-s JetBrains toolbox. Now there's actually two versions for this. There's either installing JetBrains toolbox, then installing CLion, or just installing CLion directly. Now if you try to install CLion directly, you would have a lot of trouble. Like for example, you would need the Java JDK and so on, and you would have trouble with updates and all sorts of crap. So I really recommend just install JetBrains toolbox through the AUR helper. Now we're just gonna say enter, Q for quitting that, and then yes, so just enter, and here you're gonna give it the password, and boom. So now it's gonna install the JetBrains toolbox for you. And next step, we're gonna like enter the JetBrains toolbox and make it install, CLion. Boom. Cool. So now we got JetBrains toolbox. Let's actually enter JetBrains toolbox. Okay, and I'm gonna agree to the JetBrains user agreements and start. And here you could install Rust Rover, PyCharm, whatever you want. In my case, I only need CLion for now, so I'm gonna install CLion, which is obviously free for non-commercial reasons, non-commercial purposes. But yeah, and here we go. So right now it's going to be downloading, then installing it, pretty much. Now I'm not sure how to actually pause the recording without OBS with the new recorder. So I guess we're just going to stay here for a while until it's done. Okay. Other than that, we're also gonna need an SVD for esp-idf. esp-idf svd. Well, actually called as esp32 svd, right? And you're gonna find the svd files for Espressif devices. We're gonna need this later on in CLion when we're actually debugging stuff. So let's go here. And you gotta select the one for your chip. In my case, it's C6. I'm gonna go here and install it or download that. And there you go, I got the SVD. The other problem actually that I forgot about while this CLion is installing, we could fix right now is, so if we go to, let's say, do I have IDF here? esp-idf.py. No, I don't. So let's make sure to, first of all, go to Espressif and then v6 esp-idf, and I guess we gotta say export, right? No? Actually, wait. Export. Wait, what? I'm confused right now. Let's run a dolphin on this really quickly. And let's see what we got. So yeah, there is an export here. So I'm gonna take this path and export, or why can't I say export.fish? That's strange. Oh yeah, so you say the dot, then you add that export.fish thing, right? Now I could actually use idf.py. Cool. So what I was actually talking about is that, like, after you export, you also get some other stuff like GDB debugger for RISC-V and so on. So let's actually check that out. So RISC-V esp-idf, as you can see, and you got all of these tools. Now one of them is GDB. So if we go to GDB and then we say -- configuration, you can notice that it actually runs without, like, it doesn't have Python. So -- without Python, which suck, because like CLion actually expects it to have Python. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna be using another one. So here, as you can see, there's several versions here. So we're gonna be using -3.13, which is the latest here. And if you say -- configuration, it's gonna have a problem that it couldn't find libpython 3.13.so-1.0, since basically here we actually have Python -- version. We have Python 3.14, but it's expecting 3.13, so it couldn't find it. So how we could fix this? By simply installing the AUR package for Python 3.13. So Python -s Python 3.13 for 3.13, right? And you would basically install, like, build that Python thing from source, that Python version. Yes, import the whichever that is, and now it's gonna basically build Python 3.13 that GDB needs. And yeah, that's something that I had to go through a lot of hoops to figure out how to actually set up. But yeah, so like previous video and this video, I really had to go through a lot of crap to get it to work. First of all, I read all the documentation, and then I had all these errors and so on, and you know, just try this, try that, and like keep reading and so on. I hopefully figured out all of these steps that you're seeing right now. So yeah. I have no clue how did I even figure all this stuff out. It's strange, it's crazy. But yeah, a lot of iterations pretty much. And I figured I just, you know, simplify this process for you guys by making these tutorials. As always, I just, you know, make some videos out of my pain. Anyways, didn't mean to make this a drama show, but there you go. Okay, so right now, as you can see, it's making Python, I guess. It's compiling it from source. And installing CLion. I mean, it did install some Python, so maybe you could figure out some way to like copy its libraries into that crap and so on. Or actually, maybe even, oh yeah. But nah. Let's not go crazy with that. So this is the easiest way to make it work, pretty much. So let's go to CLion right now. And don't send. And don't send my data. Anyways, next up, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to open that project that we have made earlier in the previous video, which we just copied from the examples folder of esp-idf pretty much. And as you can see, Python is done. Right now, if I actually try to run that RISC-V GDB, as you can see, it actually works. Though it still says without Python, which is very strange. Weird. Either way, I mean, it does work with Python. I'm not sure I'd say without Python there too. Anyways, so what we're gonna open? We're gonna open dev and blink project that we've made in the previous video. Okay, and trust the project. And we gotta set up some few things here in CLion. The first thing we gotta set up is the toolchain. So I'm gonna create a new system toolchain here, and I'm gonna call this esp-idf, and add the environment from file, and select the environment file. And you're gonna go to Espressif now, show hidden files or directories, and we're gonna go to Espressif, and let's look for the export file. So in my case, I have a fish shell, so I'm gonna use export.fish. If you have a regular shell, then please go with export.sh. But yeah, let's say okay, and this should work. Next up, you could call your build directory whichever you want. In my case, I'm going to call it build, and for the CMake options, make sure to set it to your chip that you want to use. So in our case is -d IDF target is equal to, in my case it's esp32 C6, right? And make sure to set the tool chain to the new tool chain that we have just created, esp-idf, and finish. And it should work out just fine. Now, what you would usually do is you would, like, you know, make some configurations that run the shell script and so on. That sucks so badly. So we're gonna be going with the modern way, which is to go to settings, which would also basically like set up debugging for us and so on. So we're gonna go to the advanced settings and look for debug server, and enable this debug server for all projects and say okay. And here you're gonna come to, so make sure that you have blink.lf target is the one that is selected here. And right now you could just run this. Actually, with like, hold on. I forgot one thing, I believe. Wait. No, actually, instead of native, because this would try to run that binary on my machine. No, we're gonna go to, essentially go to there, select edit debug servers, and add a new debug server. And here you got generic cjr glink, stlink for stm, I guess, ones. And here we got esp-idf. This is a new one. So we're gonna run that, right? But this wouldn't work because of Python. And here we could even set the URT thing like explicitly, otherwise it's going to try to find it. Now honestly, trying to set it manually, it would make things a little bit faster. So we could actually find that. So we could say ls /dev/cty. Now make sure your chip obviously is, like, you know, plugged in. And there you go. In my case, it's ACM0. Notice that it's the only one that is quite huge. It's 160, I guess, here, or whatever that is. The other ones are just 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, right? But yeah. So in my case, as you can see, it's ACM0. So we could just copy that and come here and set it, pretty much. Perfect. You could possibly even like add other ones and like change the URT. Let's say you have multiple ones plugged in and so on. You could have like config for each one. Either way. So next step, let's actually try this out and see for ourselves. So make sure you got that esp-idf one is the one that is running. And now let's try to run this. And run would actually work out just fine without Python support in GDB, because we're not going to be using GDB here. And as you can see right now, it's saying turning the lid on, turning the lid off, and so on. So as you can see, it's running right now, which is perfect. But the problem is when you actually try to debug this. So if you say this, blink example main.c, and you try, let's say we want to debug from here, app main. I'm just going to add a breakpoint there. And then I can try to debug, and this wouldn't actually work. As you can see in the find info command, if you go to the GDB session and just say Control F and search for Python here, you can see that scripting in the Python language is not supporting this copy of GDB, right? So what we're gonna do right now. So if you ever have a problem with GDB erroring out, please restart the IDE. Otherwise, it's never gonna work. Because, you know, it's just in an invalid state that CLion doesn't really expect. So please restart if you ever have a problem with that. Next up, what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our debug server. So edit debug servers. And we're going to change something. We're going to convert this to generic, right? And we're going to go to the debugger, and we're going to change this debugger to one with Python support. So I'm going to say custom GDB debugger, and let's see. So I'm going to make sure that I can see the hidden files and directories, and I'm going to go to Espressif here and go to, I believe this one. So basically v6 beta 2, and I'm going to go to tools, I think. And then as you can see, you can find all the tools, CMake and all sorts of crap right there. In my case, I'm just going to go look for the Wait, is it really tools? I don't think so, apparently. I guess... I forgot where is it. Damn. No, actually it's in tools, right? In tools, and you could find it in RISC. Yeah, there you go. So RISC-V 32 esp-idf GDB. There you go. And bin directory. And you just gotta select the 3.13. Now again, if you gotta use the other versions instead, then you gotta also make sure to like install their Python version and so on. And let's say OK and OK, and they should work out just fine. And there you go. So right now I actually have my breakpoint on, and right now I could like step in and see what the what the ESP is actually doing and control every single bit, right? So you can notice that here right now it would blink, I guess, and here it's delaying, and it's gonna blink again, and boom. So as you can see, you could see your SP like actually blinking step by step and so on. Now here you could even like look into the like variables and so on that you have. In my case, I don't have any variables, so what I'm gonna do actually, I could just go to the next blink LED, and I could go inside of that function by just saying step into, and there we go. And I guess I could probably see the state of this and so on, but yeah. Alright, so if I actually step into this, as you can see, we got some stuff there and so on, but yeah. Alright, other than that, you could go to peripherals here and then load the SVD file that we have installed earlier, which is in my downloads, esp32c6 SVD, okay. And then here you could select whichever peripheral you want to use or inspect in the debugger. Like you could even like add them all if you want to. There you go. And close. And if you don't want them all, like you want to change that, then you could just come here and select this configure button, and then just, you know, and check and only checklist things that you want. Let's say for example GPIO here, and close. And as you can see right now, I only have GPIO, and you could see those values basically changing and so on. But yeah, so yep. Now you could just inspect that stuff, I guess. So like pins and stuff like that. I'm not sure which pins this examples is using and so on, but yeah. Either way, so that was it guys for this video. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. Goodbye everyone.